everyone, this is the Sun Woman, and I just want to welcome you to my channel. Happy new moon in Virgo, and not only is this new moon that's taking place on the 13th a time for new beginnings as the new moon astrologically, but it's also a solar eclipse. And just to explain what that means to us, I'm just going to use one of these seashells here to represent the Earth. And so during a solar eclipse, the moon is directly between the Earth and the Sun. Okay? And that in astrology is known as a conjunction between the Sun and the moon. Now during this time, this very brief time, the moon can kind of block out the Sun. And it temporarily turns off the lights, so to speak. So we have a finite focus as human beings, and it's natural for us to concentrate really on what's in front of us. At times, this can really limit our perspectives on the world and in our lives, and it can cause us to miss out on opportunities in our lives. So during these amazing solar eclipses, the eclipse might snatch away what's familiar to us temporarily, and that forces us to consider options we might never otherwise have explored in our lives. Although this kind of causes some temporary upheaval sometimes, eclipses are hard to be kind, so to speak, okay? So major growth can happen during these cosmic power outages. And this is really when we should leap into the new in our lives and generally improve, what's going on, even if we feel kind of forced by circumstances to do that. So this is a really big month, not just the solar eclipse that's taking place on the 13th of September, but the full moon at the end of the month. You can really think of it like an astrological purge that's going on for us, a true cleansing. And there are going to be truths that are going to be revealed. Old systems, old situations are going to fall by the wayside in our lives. I'm telling you, by October, we're going to be totally new, different people, and it's exciting, it's scary, but this is something that's going to be happening for the good in your life, for your spiritual good, and for to improve the quality of your life, which is really most important. It's going to be a time, if you're ready, to really set your intentions on what you want in your life, what you want to see, what you want to know, the truth that you want to find out, either from yourself, or the people that are around you. Denial can be very comfortable, but it's really not real. We've got to take a deep breath for this new moon and ask for the truth. And even though that might scare us, know that what comes out of it is going to move us to the next level on our paths here, okay? Now, look at what hasn't been working in your life. Make a declaration to yourself that you're not going to operate with old situations, old parameters anymore. For example, if you've been behaving a certain way in a romantic relationship and you've really outgrown that way of being, it's time to switch to something else. Be really honest with yourself. If you're not happy with what you're receiving in your life, what can you do what can you change to set up a new paradigm, a new structure? Remember, often what we're not currently receiving is the same thing that we're not giving generously in our lives, okay? Now this Virgo energy, it's all about cleaning up, tidying up, decluttering, becoming organized so that we can really take control of our lives. Remember, you can't make empowered decisions when you're living in a mess, either emotionally, psychologically, or even physically, in your own surroundings. So have a clean space in your mind, in your heart, in your life to act from, and that's going to be the ideal baseline to get the most out of these tremendous energies, okay? So again, this is the Sun Woman. I'm an empathic astrologer and tarot reader, and I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for each of the individual 12 signs, and these readings apply to you whether the sun is in the sign, whether it's your moon sign or your rising sign. Thank you so much. Hello Leos, this is the Sun Woman, and I want to welcome you back to my channel if you've been here before, and if you've also subscribed, thank you so much. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. So this new moon eclipse in Virgo is going to be falling in your second house of financial concerns. So you're going to find that the energy that this new moon illuminates is going to deal very much with money, with resources, with what you are offering to the world. And, you know, because resources are not only money, but they also are the things that we possess inside of us that we can give to the world as currency. Okay, so we're not talking about just physical currency of money, but we're also talking about our talents, our skills, and our abilities, and what we have also to give over to the world. But of course, you know, financial concerns are very important to all of us, and that is also what the second house is concerned with. Okay, so I'm going to do a reading, 7-card reading, to see what the message is for my Leos in relation to those areas that I just mentioned, and where the moon is going to be focusing its energy and what the messages are for us with that. Okay, so this reading is for my Leos for this new moon period, and again, that's between September 13th and mid-October, October 13th, the next new moon. Okay, so we have Temperance in the past, the Ace of Pentacles in the present, Page of Wands in the future. We have the Tower crowning. Okay, don't get nervous about that. Don't even worry about that. Let's just keep going. We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed in your external influences. We have the Devil in your hopes and fears. And we have the Four of Pentacles in the future potential outcome. And okay, at the base of the deck, I have the Five of Wands. So we're going to accept that. And that is reversed. And I also feel like I'm going to just take one more card. Okay, good. All right, so we've got the Fool there as that extra card that I'm taking, and the Five of Wands reversed at the base. All right, so So we're talking about financial matters. Again, we're talking about your resources, and you know, here we go. In this particular reading, the predominant suit is Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the Four of Pentacles reversed. And let's just go through it from the beginning. We have Temperance reversed in the past. So Temperance talks about lack of balance, things being unbalanced. So right now, for me, what I feel like that's saying is that in the last 30 days before this new moon in Virgo, you know, you've been having a kind of an up and down situation as far as your finances, and really been trying to balance things, keep things on an even keel. You know, it's been a source of stress for you. You know, you may have been getting into some type of arguments or, you know, heated discussions about money, and so it's been worrying you. You know, just really trying to keep things on an even keel, and that's the energy that you're coming into the month with. So we're talking about bringing a need for balance in from the prior month in your financial, in your resources area. Now, beautiful card here, the Ace of Pentacles, is what's covering you right now. So whatever you've put into motion in order to try and get things right for you in this past recent month, it is working, okay? And it is going to work. And it is, you are planting a seed, which is the most perfect thing that you can do during a new moon, to have that seed grow into something that's going to end up being very fruitful for you and very long lasting and lucrative. This could be a new project, this could be a new job, this could be a new contract, this could be a new skill that you are now implementing or that you have implemented, okay? It's some kind of fresh, brand new energy that is sweeping into your life now to bring you financial stability and balance. So, that's really what you want to hear when we're doing a reading about financial concerns. You want to see this card there. Page of Wands here is telling me messages. You're going to be receiving some type of message. Phone call, text, email, something, communication to you about financial matters. Definitely look out for good news. Page of Wands brings good news to you, okay? And definitely going to be something, I didn't mention this in a couple of the other messages, but in a couple of the other readings, but we're moving into Mercury retrograde period also this month. So make sure to keep a lookout for your emails, okay? Don't overlook any. Check your spam folder. Make sure you don't trash something before you've read it, because there's a positive, life-changing message that's going to be coming into you. What I feel like it's on a business level, a career situation, an offer, or just a message to you that is going to really be have an effect on your financial situation for the better. So look out for that, okay? Also getting potential of concerns, financial concerns in reference to a child. So, you may be, this turmoil or stress in the past may have been trying to get things right, get support that you needed for this child. I'm going to be seeing that you're going to have what you need for your child, okay? Things are going to be fine, you're going to be covered, you're going to be able to, whatever's coming up for your children, for your child, you are going to be able to handle it and to cover it financially, okay, which is great news. Now, the Tower is crowning, and, usually you see the Tower and people get scared, because the Tower usually represents something that happens in your life that's unforeseen, that kind of shakes the foundations of your life and changes things drastically for you. But for me, I feel like the Tower in your situation is telling you that actually in this position, the Tower is your advice, okay? It's not coming in the future. It's not coming in the outcome position. So I'm not getting a sense of, oh boy, something difficult is coming to you. What I'm getting here is that you have to understand that your situation, and I'm being drawn to this Five of Wands here that's at the base of your reading. Excuse me. Your situation, any stress, any competition, any difficulties, arguments, imbalance that you've been experiencing, this has all happened to shake things up for you and to get you moving in a new direction, okay? The direction that you are supposed to be moving in. Newness, all right? That Ace of Pentacles talks about newness. So don't be afraid to make a drastic move here, to take drastic measures, to shake things up. You might end up upsetting some people, okay? And everybody's not going to agree with you, but this is your life and you are in control of it. And you want to be able to have the Tower in this position, which is telling you that you are the one that's got to make a change. You've got to take potentially drastic action in your financial situation in order to get to where you go and have what you need. You want to do it so that it doesn't in the future end up in this position, in the future position, okay? Where now it's out of your control, okay? Things have gone in a, you want to be able to control the Tower energy so that you are wielding that sword of change, as opposed to change just happening to you because you didn't make the decisions you needed to make. All right? So this is in a good position here, this Tower. It also talks about enlightenment. You're going to see that the lightning bolts are hitting the top of that tower there. The tower is the head. You know, if you're looking at this as representative of a person, this is the tower, this is the crown, this is the head. So, you know, something that has happened like bang, oh my goodness, now I understand why it's all happening. This kind of revelation in your life and enlightenment in your life about what needs to be done, what needs to be changed in order for you to move forward into a new situation, a new paradigm, which I talked about in the introduction. Okay, so don't be afraid of that tower. Things are shaking up and you have to be the catalyst of it. Okay, now next to this Nine of Pentacles is reversed in the external influences around you, which is telling me that you have someone around you, people around you, or you are involved in a situation where outside of your control, you are not being given what it is that you deserve. You are not being offered here what you deserve. Okay, somebody's being stingy towards you. Okay, somebody is not paying you what you are worth here. And for me, the Nine of Pentacles is telling you that it may be a situation where the Tower's got to come into. You may decide to leave a situation that you were invested in financially, or a business situation, you know, or even some type of change that happened recently for you financially. It was not your doing. You know, you may have been involved with someone whose financial life is turned upside down, and now it's influencing your life. Okay, now it's throwing you upside down. You know, you may have had a partner who's gone through difficulties financially, and, you know, there was a lot of discord, there was a lot of argument, a lot of imbalance. But, you know, again, this is something that was outside of your control. You could not do anything about this. However, you do not have to be a victim of this. You do not any longer have to be victimized by someone else's either life events or situation that they've created that's influencing you. This devil here is telling you it's time to break free. Okay, it's time to break the bonds of whatever's been holding you back. Someone else's stinginess to you or inability to give you what you need has been chaining you and holding you back, and you must release yourself from it. You know, the Devil and the Tower are very powerful cards, and they, you know, have a dark side to them. Yes, we discussed that. But when you are wielding the power, here on these cards, they are extremely powerful energies for you to make a very drastic change in your life. Okay, so what I'm telling you here is that it's time for you to now decide to release yourself from the bonds of someone else's financial control, perhaps, over you. This has to do with control issues, someone controlling you and you being chained to that situation out of fear. You're not really chained to it, but you may, you know, be invested in it. On an emotional level, on a financial level. You need to break free now. Okay, that's what this devil is telling you. Don't be afraid to do that. Conquer your fears and release yourself. Okay, if it's something that's unhealthy for you financially and you're no longer seeing any benefit, it's time to release, because right now this Ace of Pentacles is something that's going to be offered to you, a new offer coming in, a new energy, beginnings for financial security. Now in the potential outcome here, we have the Four of Pentacles reversed, and it's the same vibe. Four of Pentacles reversed talks about holding on to something out of fear of losing what you've got, okay? But often it is holding on too tightly so that you can't move forward, you can't make progress. Same message as the Devil. You've got to release yourself from a situation that has you bound financially to someone else perhaps, and don't be afraid that you're going to lose what you have in order to gain what is now coming to you, okay? Because in a lot of ways, what you think you have, you really don't have. It's not really yours. It may be someone else's, and you've been able to you've been chained to it on some level, but it's time to get yours. This is what the Four of Pentacles reverse is telling me. It's time to get yours now. Okay? And the Fool here, which is the extra card that I felt compelled to pull, is saying, brand new, new beginnings. The sky's the limit. Don't be afraid to take drastic measures to move forward, to start something new. Don't be afraid to look foolish. Don't be afraid to take a risk. The Fool is risk, stepping out on your own, okay? You may not know where you're going. You may not know where it's going to end up or to lead, but it may be better than what you are releasing here. Okay, it is better than what you're releasing here because you have unlimited potential. There's that Zero, which is the Zero card. The Fool's the very beginning. This is the first card in the deck. So there's nothing else that's come before this. This is the card of fresh starts. Often you have to take a risk, take a leap of faith is the message I'm being told you. Take a leap of faith here. Okay? The symbolism of the Fool on many of the tarot decks is a person walking along a path, maybe coming to the edge of a cliff, one foot, dangling over the cliff, and his past or his or her past behind him. He or she is holding on to a rod, a wand, a stake of wood with a small pouch of his or her belongings in it. So he or she has taken what he or she has, walked out of the situation, and is moving forward with whatever he or she can carry. Okay? You may need to make a move. You may need to release yourself from a situation in order to become free financially. All right? And again, that Five of Wands that's reversed the situation. Again, it talks about some competition in the past, arguments, stresses, but it's not really it's not a devastating situation. It's not that Five of Swords, which is just a loss and picking up the pieces, defeat. No, the Five of Wands is more like jockeying back and forth and trying to get your point across and someone trying to get their point across, and it's just not working. We just can't come to an agreement. We just can't come to an understanding here, okay? And that type of off-balance energy, that discord, all right? However, that's at the base here. What's crowning you again is that Tower, enabling you to now create a drastic change, to shake up the foundations of your life in order to reap whatever the rewards are going to come from this Ace of Pentacles that is covering you right now. All right? So, very positive messages here. A message of really taking the bull by the horns, taking this new moon energy and you being in control of it and wielding it and using it on your in your own way, rather than letting other people control your purse strings, your financial situation, or your life. Okay? And then, as I said, you want to be able to control the Tower now so that it doesn't control you down the line. Okay, and that's what that new moon eclipse is all about. So I'm going to pull a card from the Tao Oracle deck right now and see what the summation of this reading is here for you, Cancer. And I do apologize. This is for Leo. And my Leos, your Tao Oracle card here is number 59, dispersion. All right, now this speaks to me big time in resonance with this reading. Wow, I'm looking at the card and I'm seeing this person is standing so close near to the edge of the cliff. What did I just mention about that Fool? That oftentimes on the tarot decks you see the Fool standing on the edge of a cliff and about to walk over it and take the next step, and doing it in a way, you know, he's not afraid. He's ready to take that leap of faith. And look, here we go with the Tao Oracle. Here's the cliff and the edge. And in this card, the messages here are diffuse negativity, restore harmony, circulate, revitalize, dissolve divisions, lighten up. Okay, so what we're saying here, we're talking about having been through some type of discord with someone in your life, possibly on financial situations, feeling tied to someone. It's asking you to do what you need to do to restore harmony in that situation. Now, you know, you may need to shake things up in order to restore things, okay? And this is not necessarily talking about a drastic break. You know, there are no swords in this reading. So for me, that means we're not talking about, you know, an emotional break here. We're talking about shaking things up in order to restore a better balance. And that's that Temperance asking you to restore balance. So feeling, you know, releasing the fear that you can't do anything about the situation. You can. You have the power to do it. And you may need to just lighten up on the situation, move forward with your plans, move forward with this brand new energy, this Ace of Pentacles energy, and find that by doing so, maybe even, you know, add a sense of humor into the situation. I look at the Fool, and the Fool is a very lighthearted person. So lighten up the energy in this situation, see where you can restore harmony, put your plans into action, look to release yourself from feeling like you are bound to someone financially, and understand that maybe this person, again, is going through financial stress themselves and can't provide to you what you need. So it's time for you to do that for yourself, okay? Get your own, again, is that message that I'm getting here. All right, so my Leos, thank you so much for, as I said, for tuning in. I hope this reading, you know, helped you, resonated with you. If it did, and you would like to get a personal reading with me, please go ahead and click on the link in the information section here under this video. It will take you to my website, and you'll be able to book a reading with me, a personalized private reading with me. Thank you again for tuning in, Leos. I wish you a happy new moon in Virgo eclipse cycle, and I'll see you again next month. Bye-bye.